No, I'm gay.
Honey.
And I don't want you guys to think anything different. I'm still me.
Of course you are.
Well, welcome back to the Autism Spectrum Network, where we have some breaking news today. Adam Mockler, who's considered one of our, he's an absolute treasure for, the left, especially, the progressives, he was on another podcast today, and he came out. Well, as what, I'm not sure yet. But he said that he admitted it. And it doesn't change anything. It really doesn't. It's what they get changed was you, if you didn't, like what he had to say. So, we'll come back and deal with that in a minute.
You can pack your things and leave. There's the door. There's the door, bitch!
You shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy. Poor little feller.
All right. So we're back, and you shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have asked him that question. He's just a little boy. Turns out, Anna Mockler, who I'm a huge fan of, I really am. I'm not even being facetious. I love to see when he goes on CNN and embarrasses Scott Jennings. That's the most hilarious thing. That just makes my whole day. So I really thank Adam Mockler for that. He's I'll tell you what, I probably agree with most of the things that he argues. But if there was ever a time where I felt like we disagreed on something, I would lie and say, yeah, I agree with you, because I'm not debating him, man. He's a fucking monster. But yes, girl Sam here from the Bulwark, and this is the FYP, which I'm borrowing this off of Mockler Media, and but it was from an episode of, I guess it's that dude right there, who's at Columbia University, and folks, I hate to have to tell you, he's straight. He says he is. I know. I'm shocked that he's brave enough to let the rest of the progressive world know, that he is, he's an outlier. He's a young, clean-cut, straight white male. I don't know how we're going to handle this. I really don't, because I know y'all just can't handle things. It's like, oh my God, he doesn't fit the demographic I preferred. It's like everything's got to be about shit that don't matter. It's like, it's okay that he's straight. If he would have been gay, that would have been fine too. Like, yeah, no, duh, it would have been fine. But he's straight. It's like, yeah, he is. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of middle-aged gay men that are just absolutely just devastated, But yeah, he is. He's, but, this kid's really going places, and hopefully his, straight status doesn't, keep him from being a vice president or senator. I mean, I think that we should make, exception to our normal retarded rule, of, because that's there's no diversity there. I mean, other than his ability to, absolutely destroy, a really diverse, group of old white men on CNN. I mean, that to me is just enough to, say, oh, it's okay that he's straight. I'm totally fine with that. There's nothing wrong with it. Sam here, I think he's gay. I think so, isn't he? Because that's what those things though was like. He was a former, Republican. I don't think he was an operative. He was like he's like an advisor, some kind. But I think he was truly more of your moderate Republican, which a moderate Republican, like 20 years ago compared to, now he's like a left of center Democrat. Probably. Even if all things else, were unchanged. That's kind of where you figure out where people are at. The people who were, Republicans before this certain, reality we have now did they decide to, just say, uproot, move over to the left side of the political spectrum and just resettle there, and stay there. Not this, 1 foot in, 1 foot out like Joe Rogan does. He's like, once every couple of weeks he has an episode where, he's like, so you're saying that Trump's a liar? Well, man, he said he did that, and he said, and then you see him doing a photo op with the president at the White House, the other day, and it's like, yeah, he has been bought in one way or another, or he's terrified of someone, of the fact that he doesn't want to look like a hypocrite. I mean, he is, but he doesn't want to look like one. Because he picked a political argument to help fight, whether he did it passive aggressively, indirectly in a way, or not, because he didn't touch on any of the truly, abhorrent, issues that they were arguing. But I don't know who that dude is. He looks familiar though. Yeah, I guess maybe he might be gay too, because that's why I guess they had to ask him, because they both were like, who's gonna get the? I think and it's like, I guess it sounds like, I hope he likes dills. And he's like, no way, he's not that type. And it's like, not that there's anything wrong with that. It's like they realize that they're starting to contradict other logics they claim to have. But I don't know that guy. I have no clue. I just suspect that he is. I think he is. I'm not familiar with this. I'm familiar with Adam, not with the other. But yeah, he's he apparently he's. I didn't actually watch. I'm not. I ain't gonna invest the time. Like, did Adam say it? Yeah, I probably agree with it then. Here's the thing: if you're not gonna agree with him, you better have one hell of an argument, because I'm just kind of like, yeah, that kid's a monster. I'm pretty good. If I'm gonna debate you, that usually means I know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I know you don't. But then there are times where it's like, he might be one of those rare exceptions where he probably knows even more than I do about a subject, and then he makes me look like an idiot. So I'm just going like, yeah, if he says that, he's probably right. I mean, he's like 22, 23, and he embarrasses middle-aged, conservatives on CNN constant. I mean, not just he truly humiliates them. Not in him doing anything to be like, malicious or mean, just in the fact that they are so inadequate in their ability to argue what they claim is like. Because that's the thing is he is one of the people that's like me in a way. Like, he knows when an argument is not being made in good faith, and he doesn't trick himself into arguing that argument. He just kind of cuts around it and makes them argue to points that actually have to do with reality, not with this this supposed narrative that really doesn't even fit. But they'll try. They really will try. But yeah, he's straight. Sorry, fellas. But hey, ladies, who are into that, good for you. You got, pretty, young, white, intelligent, going places, straight. Y'all got someone that, y'all can try to, trap into a never-ending nightmare of commitment to just one person, and only that one person. If you ever leave that person, they're going to fucking stalk you, kill you. Yeah, we've had some issues with straight relationships in recent years. Matter of fact, you know what's funny? The people who fight the least are gay men, couple-wise. And here's the thing: is like it really does not help women make their argument. It's like the next is straight couples, and then the ones that by a long shot had the worst, constant fighting and shit. Oh, check it out. There's a CIA agent on this panel, and he doesn't seem to say anything. It's like that dude in the middle. That guy used to be a CIA. That's the guy who ratted the federal government out for waterboarding, and he goes around. He's kind of likable. He used to work in Democratic politics also. Like he was a speech writer, stuff for Democrats, back, 20 years ago. They did like a year and a half in prison or something like that. And now he just writes books and he does interviews. I can't remember who that dude, I think the dude next to him was also, he was a liberal. And then I think, the guy over here, he was a far right. And then Piers Morgan is just, he's a whore. So it does, it just happens to be whoring himself out to, conservatives has been working really well for him. But, he has his limits as well, which is at least giving him some redeemable, qualities. But yeah, he's straight. I hate to tell you, he's straight. I know it's devastating for all of us, and hopefully we can accept him as a straight, white, pretty educated, intelligent man. Hopefully. I hope y'all can look past him being straight and accept him as he is. All right. Say hi to your mom and them for me.
Say that today I do not freebase cocaine.